in these streets. Going to see my man Jordan Zawideh over at the studio. We've been collabing on some music. Plus also I've been wanting to interview him. He has a really interesting history being from Detroit and Chicago. So we're gonna sit down in the lab, make some noise, and then get to see what's on his mind. See you there. Hey, what's up, y'all? Finally made it. Right here, my man Jordan Zawideh's crib. Thanks for the interview, man.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
Yeah. I've known Jordan for some time, man, but some of you guys know him, some of y'all might not know him, but let you guys get to know my man. So where'd you grow up at, bro?
I grew up in Detroit. I was born there, and I moved here when I was 20 years old.
You moved here when he was 20 years old?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So who were your influences growing up, man?
Man, in Detroit, yeah, so Detroit was, I grew up in a crazy time in Detroit. I started going out about 92, 93 in Detroit. I was like 15 years old, maybe.
Like the same time with me.
Yeah.
How many people did, I know I didn't know, but like he was telling me, and I had no idea. Like it was like even in the 80s, and you know we came in probably second generation, man. Jordan with both. And but what I had no idea is that you guys actually had other than the house scene we had in Chicago, you all had like an electro scene, huh? That like went on all the way from the early 80s and late 70s, huh?
Yeah, well, we had a lot of really interesting scenes. Some that I wasn't around for. I just learned about the history of it. But some that I was around for. But it does go back to the late 70s and early 80s, like it does in Chicago.
Yeah. Like I read that show, The Scene, and you showed me the way it turned into too, and it's like and it's like they were doing like Charivari, like I'm like, wow, this is Detroit, and that was like 82 or something.
Yeah, I mean it was like a really sick dance show.
Wow,
you know.
Now I remember shit years ago. I think this is probably like the mid '90s to late '90s, but we still got them bad records back before the store. And you're not lying. You guys had just so much space out there, industrial spaces, because like it was like an economic thing that went down there.
Yeah,
right?
It's insane. I mean, it's
that was
like
the Motor City, right? Yeah, Detroit.
What do you mean?
The Motor City, like when the factories closed down, like a lot of jobs left.
Yeah. That's the big nickname. Yeah, we call it the Motor City. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
So you had space to do parties.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people were idle, probably. It was a turning point for you, huh?
It was one of them. But it was close to my house. It was at 7 Mile, and I would sneak out of my house and I would ride my bike there. And I don't know if they had a door policy or whatever, but I would just get in. And so that was when I first started going out, so that must have been like 93, 94.
Yeah. So
Heaven and Ken Collier had like, you know, there was no like Pitchfork, there was no online database.
There was no, what's the festival? But no movement.
No movement, that was like 10 years before.
Wow.
And there was like a loft party scene at this place in the mid '90s that a lot of I think it was a flash in the pan. It was a flash in the pan. Yeah. I mean, even Juan had a store. I showed you that card.
Yeah, I heard that too. Like that's interesting. That's true.
I think it's true.
You go to parties and they might be mixed, but they're not socially mixed. If you understand what I mean. Everyone will be in one space, even on the north side of Chicago, where it's more mixed, but you still have the Chicago element where it's not socially mixed, meaning everyone, it looks racially mixed, but socially wise, everyone isn't mixing.
Right.
Even though it's not a bad time, but it's a Chicago trait in a sense.
Yeah.
But you're all right. In the last 5 years, I've seen some really cool shit going down.
Yeah.
Man, this is cool. I remember you sent me the file series, man. You actually put that one out. Which one is this? Was the Acid Series 3?
Yeah, that's a record that came out last year on a Detroit label called Interdimensional Transmissions. They're doing like an acid house, like an acid series of records, and that was their third one that they put out.
I remember this promo. I think I played it one night too. It was nice. You got a real nice response to it, man. But I didn't hear the other tracks.
Yeah, it's a cool. I love it. They did a great job.
Nice,
that record. That sounds great.
You told me about this, man.
Yeah.
I was in Berlin and I saw it on the wall. Like, tell us about it.
So that is.
I'm sure some of y'all have seen this one. It's pricey too.
Yeah, it's pricey.
It's fucking pricey. That thing is loaded, man. I heard it when I was in Berlin.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy music. It's great. It's really great. It's a beautiful release. It's expensive. That's the
Jordan, thanks for the interview.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, totally. So y'all get to meet my man Jordan. We're gonna play this track called House Music. It's something. When did you do that? Like a month or two ago?
In November, actually.
November, yeah.
It doesn't really have a name. I just that's just what somebody's saying in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into that. Jordan, it's unreleased track. It's unreleased, right?
Yeah, it's unreleased.
Yeah. So this is a track I love. He sent it to me back on the last tour out, and I've been playing it in the clubs, and it's just a nice old school Chicago style track, you know. So you all check it out. It's my man George Zawideh. You know what I mean? You're looking at the Chicago Record Review.
For promotion only, unauthorized use. For promotion only, unauthorized use. For promotion only, unauthorized use. For promotion only, unauthorized for promotion only, unauthorized use. 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 For promotion